Judge Fee recently released Melly's ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, from jail and granted Melly's lawyers an opportunity to seek his release as well. Following her release, Hamilton expressed gratitude to her family and friends in a Facebook post. On February 9th, she wrote, "And to my village, thank you. To my village, I love y'all so much. God's plan, not mine." Additionally, she shared her dissatisfaction with how the courtroom proceedings were broadcasted on local news.
Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
However, the new judge recognized how long Melly has been in custody and emphasized the need for him to make an informed decision about his legal representation. It was announced that Melly must choose his lawyers carefully as he has been incarcerated for over 2,100 days.
Let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants his lawyers to be. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office, but I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week, and then I'm asking for at least a day or two.
Can you decide by tomorrow? I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
The judge was shocked that Melly has been behind bars since February 2019 without a verdict. He directly stated that the prosecutors must provide a clear reason why Melly should not be released on bond. In response, the prosecutors took a controversial step. They are now attempting to pressure Bortlin into testifying against Melly in the upcoming trial. To further their case, they have also filed paperwork to have Bortlin and Melly tried together in the same court case.
Here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It's just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found.
If Bortlin is also facing charges for the deaths of Sack Chaser and Juvie, despite knowing he wasn't responsible, he may be pressured into implicating Melly. Throughout the entire process, Bortlin has remained loyal to Melly, except for the time when Melly's legal team attempted to shift the blame onto him during the first.
Those were his lies. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. And you don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with two bodies, a car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland.
Melly's lawyer revealed that it was always Bortlin who lied to federal agents, had gunpowder residue on his hands, and was the last person seen with Sack Chaser and Juvie after they were killed. During the original trial, a forensic scientist confirmed the presence of gunpowder residue on Bortlin's hands, further complicating the case.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained two component particles, and the left hand contained one particle characteristic of shot residue and one two-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was shot residue present on the hand.
Bortlin wasn't happy about this, so when Melly's first trial ended in a mistrial, he posted a cryptic tweet that same day. The tweet read, "Mind games don't work on people like me. followed by a handshake emoji, making it seem like he might be accepting some sort of deal. Meanwhile, concerns are growing about Melly's financial situation as he struggles to pay for his legal defense. Reports have surfaced that Melly's mother started a fan subscription account, and in a recent interview, she explained her reasons for creating it and revealed how much money she has made from it.
You're saying that you're YNW Melly's mom and you're about to hit fans.
Why not? You make money while you sleep, and I turned 40 this year. Why not do something crazy?
Did you start it yet, though?
What? My only? Yeah.
How much you made the first day? I just need to know the first day.
The first day was pretty epic. It was pretty epic.
Give me a ballpark figure.
Like 40-ish, 50.
One day?
Day one.
This news shocked the internet, and DJ Academics quickly shared his thoughts on the situation. His reaction added to the ongoing speculation about Melly's financial struggles and the lengths his family is going to in order to support his legal battle.
Has announced that she's going to be starting to own. And I got to be honest with y'all, man, like, this is perplexing. The reason why it's perplexing is because I can't understand why she's doing this. Your son is fighting for his life. How much, there's certain mothers in hip hop, and you probably could name a few, I won't name all of them, that I feel like their son became stars, but they also wanted to be stars as well. Blueface's mom is one of them. The situation between Melly's mom and Melly, I always thought was interesting, but I never thought she'd be doing this. If you're wondering if she's doing this for money, this can't be a money play. Like, no way, no how.
Academics believes Melly's situation isn't about money, but social media disagreed. In an interview with No Jumper, Melly's mom and brother discussed the large amounts of money he has been spending. While his mom tried to make it seem like everything was fine, his brother openly called out Melly's reckless spending habits, adding to the speculation about his financial troubles.
But it's still...
That he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't have been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry and you're not here to wear the jewelry?
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend
That's
money
what
on.
bro. But he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for lawyers. Like, he's fine, but it's just like, it was a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. And I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't even want to chain no more.
In Melly's mother's defense, she has endured a lot throughout his ongoing trial, and her actions may be a way to cope with the stress. There have been many moments when Melly had to check in on her to see if she was okay. However, Melly's financial troubles are about to get even worse as the state is now opening another case against him for witness tampering. Prosecutors allege that Melly was the reason Mariah Hamilton left the country and failed to appear for the first trial. If convicted, the witness tampering charge alone could result in a life sentence. Additionally, because this is a completely new case, Melly will have to spend even more money on legal fees to defend himself against the charge. However, with Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah now involved in the second trial, she could be the one to ultimately put him behind bars. People from her hometown have claimed that she allegedly had a phone call with him on the night of the crime, which could become a key piece of evidence. As for the witness tampering allegations, Juvie's father has been looking into Mariah's situation and has reportedly uncovered the methods Melly used to ensure she didn't appear at the first trial. If these claims hold up in court, they could further damage Melly's chances of securing his release.
Charges against Demons and two others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if they're...
With the state now pursuing a witness tampering charge against Melly, they have completely cut off his access to jail phones and restricted his ability to read his mail. This drastic measure has sparked controversy, especially after his mother. Jamie King spoke out, calling it unfair since he has not yet been convicted of any charges.
Kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person, and then that person.
Seems like to me, they're going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom.
Jamie King passionately defended her son, stating, "My son has not been convicted of anything. Even other inmates who have been convicted still have the right to use the telephone, write letters to their loved ones, and receive their mail. But they hold his mail and don't give it to him." However, with the jail stripping Melly of these privileges, it likely indicates that authorities have evidence of witness tampering and are preserving it for court. They cannot risk him continuing to communicate with the outside world and potentially interfering with the case further. Despite this, the situation remains incredibly difficult for Jamie King. She continued in the interview, expressing how heartbroken she
has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
With Jamie King speaking out about Melly's treatment in jail, her comments quickly gained attention online. Among those who reacted was Charleston White, who bluntly stated that this is exactly how Melly deserves to be living behind bars. His remarks added to the ongoing debate about whether Melly is being treated unfairly or simply facing the consequences of his alleged actions.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
Melly's lawyers have been doing everything they can to secure him a bond, using even the smallest pieces of evidence in his favor. When the new judge took over the case, they pointed out that during the first trial, prosecutors themselves admitted that no firearm was ever found. This argument was presented in an effort to weaken the prosecution's case and push for Melly's release on bond.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play somebody.
Melly's lawyers also presented GPS evidence that they claim proves he was running down the street at the time of the crime. Additionally, they pointed out that Melly was texting his girlfriend during the incident, further suggesting that he was not directly involved. They used this information to argue that the prosecution's case lacks solid proof and to push for his release on bond.
Okay, so then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
This evidence, however, wasn't enough to secure Melly a bond. The worst part is that prosecutors have continued investigating his case while awaiting the retrial. Over the past year, they claim to have uncovered Melly's motive for the crime. Their findings suggest that Melly had a close connection to King Von before his arrest. In a shocking revelation, a former O Block member appeared in an interview alleging that Melly once asked King Von for advice on how to deal with Sack Chaser and Juvie. This new information could further strengthen the prosecution's case.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what firearm was used.
Okay. That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah, he's like, yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around?
The former O-Block member claimed that Sack, Chaser, and Juvie were taking a significant share of YNW's revenue, despite not contributing as much to the business. Meanwhile, Bortlen and Melly were working hard, putting on concerts, securing brand deals, and selling merchandise. This imbalance allegedly frustrated Melly, as he and Bortlen were only receiving a 25% split each, rather than a more lucrative 50-50 split between the two of them. Considering the kind of reputation King Von had in the streets, it's not hard to imagine what his advice to Melly might have been. Prosecutors argue that this financial motive, combined with evidence of Melly allegedly bragging about the crime, paints a damning picture against him heading into the retrial.